We learned that for Pesach, we are not supposed to have any chametz on our person, in our homes, on our property. It seems very wasteful. What are we supposed to do with all of our chametz? Do you know that the rabbis of the Talmud thought about this problem hundreds of years ago, if not 2,000 years ago? And we have in place some rituals that can actually be very comforting. So before Pesach comes, we are supposed to sell our chametz. And we at B'nai Shalom of Olney, we have a mechanism to do that, and our rabbi sent out a message about it. So be sure that you follow through on his suggestions for selling your chametz. What does that mean in plain language? It means that right before Pesach, you sell for a small amount of money your chametz, anything that belongs to you that is chametz. You sell it to someone who is not Jewish. So in the eyes of Jewish law, all of the chametz on your property doesn't belong to you. And I guess that's what you call a loophole or a legal fiction. Yes, it's still on your property, but it doesn't belong to you. So you are, in effect, fulfilling the rule not to own any chametz during Pesach. So we have to walk this backwards a little bit. In order for you to be able to sell your chametz, in addition to going online and clicking on the right things and filling out the right form, you do also have to do some things at home to really make it look like you are not owning any of the chametz. What do I mean by that? Well, whatever chametz you own could be food, and it could be all the dishes and utensils that you use during the year. So the way I grew up was, yes, you cleaned your house as best you could to get rid of all the crumbs, but you also packed away your chametz. So you could take the contents of your pantry that you don't want to throw out, and it's wasteful to throw it out. We understand. So take things off the shelves and pack them in boxes and close the boxes with tape and label the boxes chametz. Or you could just close off, tape up, or tie up the opening of a drawer or a whole closet. And you could even put a little sticky on it that says chametz. You could, if you wanted to, close off an entire room full of chametz, whatever you want to do. The point of it is that in the event that the person who owns all your chametz for 8 days, since it's their property, in theory, they could come to your house and say, okay, I want all my chametz. Then you could do like they do in that commercial about the people who magically take away all your junk. You could just point to things and say, those boxes over there, that's chametz. Everything in that closet over there, that's chametz. Everything in those closed and closed off drawers and cabinets, that's chametz. Help yourself, owner of my chametz. So that's the traditional way that we rid ourselves of all the chametz that we don't own on Pesach. And I'm seeing that this kind of, legal fiction may actually be very comforting to us, because it's a way for us to fulfill the laws of the Torah and of our rabbinic Judaism without driving ourselves crazy with the thought that we threw out so many things that we don't have to throw out. Another point is that a lot of Jewish organizations in previous years would hold a canned food drive, collecting all the food that we don't use, all the canned goods we haven't opened, and giving it to other people who need it. I'm not suggesting to do that this year, but you may have other ways that you can contribute towards people who really need food at this time. So I hope this helps you with your Passover preparation. Take all the stuff that's chametz and put it in a single drawer or put it in bags or boxes. Label it chametz, put it someplace not in your kitchen if possible, and then go ahead and do your best to observe Pesach this year 5780.